Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. And without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team, Cowboys vs. Giants. 5 thoughts on the crazy overtime win by Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys won in Week 2 of the 2025 NFL season, and that is the ultimate goal. How they got there and who they played against adds some much-needed context to the win. The Cowboys kicked a 64-yard field goal to end the regular portion of the game in a tie and send it to overtime. All of this was against a New York Giant club that looked miserable last week. See now 5 thoughts on Dallas' hard-fought victory. Matt Eberflus has work to do. Let's start with the worst thing in the game, the Cowboys secondary that could not get on the same page on their zone coverages. Jeans receivers were running loose deep in the secondary with no one around, only to be followed by some combination of Trayvon Diggs, Ka, Elam, and Malik Hooker. Donovan Wilson looking at each and asking what happened. Eberflus has to address this, and he could certainly punch up his base scheme with some more tricks and stunts as the defense became unable to consistently pressure the QB and cover the receivers. The offense won't be able to outscore everyone like this. The Cowboys' defense is certainly playing better against the run, but now their pass defense has evaporated. Time to believe in Javonte Williams. Most were skeptical, but Javonte Williams is creating some believers. After a quality first game of the year, where he mixed elusiveness with power and always falling forward, he had a really good game against the Giants. Williams had 18 carries for 97 yards, 5.44 YPC, and 1 touchdown. Williams has shown a nice blend of quickness and power. He doesn't excel in any one thing, but does many things well. When the Cowboys finally get Jaden Blue into the mix, their running game might be just fine for this year. Welcome to the party, George Pickens. During the first game against the Eagles, George Pickens was pretty quiet. In this game, he had a big impact. His stats are nice. 5 catches for 68 yards and 1 touchdown, but that doesn't tell the full story. The Cowboys had 2 chunk plays as a result of pass interference calls when Giants defenders couldn't handle Pickens. He also started showing up in clutch situations. That means that Dak Prescott is showing the trust in utilizing Pickens not just on deep shots, but on shorter slants and outs, including the touchdown late in the game. Pickens is showing an all-around game, and Prescott is starting to use him. That bodes well. Brandon Aubrey. The Cowboys struck gold when they imported Aubrey from the Spring League a few years ago. He is so good that when Dallas lined up for the 64-yard to tie the game at the end of the clock, there was every expectation that he would make it. Of course, he did. His 4-6-yard to win the game in overtime was a chip shot. It's Aubrey's world. We just inhabit it. Brian Schottenheimer get his first. Honestly, it's hard to say which way the Cowboys season will go. Whatever happens, Brian Schottenheimer will be the guy who leads them there, and he got his first win as an NFL coach. As the son of a legendary NFL coach and having to wait so late in his own life to get this chance, it is a very meaningful win. Obviously, he would have liked to get it in an easier way, but never discount a win in the NFL, especially someone's first. Now, we just need about 9 or 10 more. Cowboys announced key signing after overtime thriller. Fresh off a thrilling overtime victory, the Dallas Cowboys announced they have signed pass rusher Jade V. and Clowney. Jerry Jones made the announcement shortly after the Cowboys topped the New York Giants 42-37. He'll add some real depth, Jones said. He's very credible. He'll help us. Clowney had visited the Cowboys this week, but left the facility without a deal. However, coach Brian Schottenheimer seemed to hint that a signing was in the works. Good visit. Talked to him again yesterday, Schottenheimer said Friday. This is one of those deals where it's a business decision. There are 2 sides that have to come together. It was a great visit. We'll kind of see how it plays out. The terms of Clowney's deal with the Cowboys have not yet been announced. Over the last 6 years, 5 of Jadav and Clowney's contracts have been 1-year rentals. His lone exception came with Carolina, where he inked a 2-year deal in 2024. But still suited up for just 1 season. The $4.5 million he earned with the Ravens in 2023 stands as the lowest single-season paycheck of his career. By comparison, he pulled in $9.786 million during his brief stint with the Panthers. The Cowboys are still looking to replace the production that left when the team decided to send Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Parsons had 52.5 sacks in his 4 seasons in Dallas. Clowney is 32 years old, but can still make an impact. He has 58 career sacks and is also solid against the run. He had 5.5 sacks last season in 14 games with the Panthers. He registered 9.5 with the Ravens in 2023. proposed trade has Cowboys send $13 million 20-game starter to Lions. The Dallas Cowboys face a decision about the future of a former first-round pick. For the second straight week, Matsy Smith was among the team's inactive players during the team's win over the New York Giants. It might be time for the Cowboys to explore a change of scenery for Smith, but it is hard to imagine the former first-rounder has a sizable trade market. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox has Smith among his top 10 players on the NFL trade block. The analyst labels the Detroit Lions and Pittsburgh Steelers as the top landing spots for Smith. Bleacher Report estimates that Smith's trade value is a 2026 conditional sixth-round pick. Given these projections, a hypothetical trade pitch has the Cowboys net a sixth-rounder while the Lions acquire Smith. Detroit would be banking on the idea that Smith still has upside that could be unlocked by a change of scenery. Smith is just one season removed from starting all 17 games for Dallas in 2024. It would be a low-risk move for Detroit, with Kenny Clark now manning the middle of their defense. The Cowboys appear to have little interest in letting Smith learn on the field. Knox wrote in a September 10th. Smith was viewed as a raw prospect coming out of college and was always expected to need time to develop. He's still a 337 lb, former first-round pick with a tremendous amount of untapped potential. A change of scenery might be required for him to reach it, Knox added.